One man built a system that controls your money, your choices, and your future. He died in 1937. You have never heard him described the way I am about to describe him. And by the time this video ends, every financial decision you make from this point forward will look different to you, permanently. His name was John D. Rockefeller, and what he built is not history. It is the architecture of your daily life right now. Stay with me, because the thing most men never understand is this. The game was rigged before you entered it, not against you specifically, against everyone, equally, precisely, by design. This is dark male code, no motivation, no filler, no lies, just the psychological frameworks they never taught you and the truths they hoped you'd never find. Walk into any gas station today, then drive to the next one, then the next. The price is the same, everywhere. You've been told the market is free, companies compete, the best price wins. That's what competition looks like. But here's what competition actually looks like. Different prices. Someone cheaper to win your business, someone premium to signal quality. When every price is identical, that is not competition. That is coordination. And the system that makes coordination look like competition was engineered 150 years ago by one man who understood something most people still don't. Real power doesn't look like power. It looks normal. Rockefeller didn't invent oil. He invented the architecture of invisible control, and every major industry on Earth has been running his blueprint ever since. Rockefeller started in refining, not drilling. Everyone else was drilling, hunting for oil in the ground, gambling on luck. He saw something different. He saw that whoever drilled would need someone to refine, and that refiner, whoever controlled the processing, would collect money from every well, lucky or not. So he positioned himself at the choke point. Then he took it further. He bought the barrels the oil was stored in. He bought the rail wagons that moved it. He built his own warehouses. He created his own distribution network, directly to merchants, cutting out every middleman. Every step of the supply chain that someone else once owned and profited from became his. This is called vertical lock. Control every stage, own every margin. By the time your competitor sells 1 barrel of oil, you've already made money 5 separate times on the same barrel. This framework still runs the world. Amazon started as a bookstore. Today, it owns the warehouses, the delivery trucks, the payment system, and the cloud servers that its own competitors run their businesses on. Amazon's competitors pay Amazon to exist. The tech giant you search on owns the browser, the mobile operating system, the advertising network, and the map of where you go physically. You pay nothing in currency. You pay in data. The bill is invisible. The system is total. When a company stops selling you a product and starts selling access to the system itself, Rockefeller's architecture is complete. Here's what they never tell you. The most complete monopoly in history doesn't look like a monopoly. It looks free. If you've made it this far, you're already processing this differently than most. Subscribe to Dark Male Code. Every video is a new psychological framework. No recycled advice, no filler, just the systems that actually rewire how you operate. Framework 3. Horizontal Collapse. The Cleveland Playbook. By 1872, Rockefeller controlled 4% of American oil refining. He wanted 100%. He didn't fight his competitors. He made them an offer first. Sell to me at a fair price, or I will destroy you economically. When they refused, he dropped his prices below cost. His competitors bled money on every sale. They couldn't survive it. He could, because his vertical control meant his actual costs were a fraction of theirs. They had 2 options: sell or go bankrupt. Most sold. In 3 months, he went from 4% market share to 25%. This playbook has been executed in every major industry in the last 30 years. A telecom company launches with free service, zero-cost calling, zero-cost data, and bleeds money for 2 years. By year 3, half of the competitors have merged, a quarter have collapsed, and the survivors are fighting over scraps. The free service ends. Prices rise. Market consolidated. You were not the customer in that game. You were the weapon. Your adoption of the free service was the instrument of the competitor's destruction. And when it was over, you looked at your bill and wondered when prices got so high. You were never choosing between competitors. You were watching one company eliminate the others, using your behavior as the mechanism. Framework 4. Regulatory capture, the rule that rules all rules. This is the most important framework in this video, and almost no one talks about it. Rockefeller didn't just win in the market, he rewrote the rules of the market. He negotiated with railway companies in secret to get his shipments transported at zero cost, while the same railways charged his competitors full price, sometimes more. The rules said competition was fair. The actual arrangement said otherwise. Regulatory capture is this. The people who make the rules are controlled by the people the rules are meant to regulate. You don't need to break the rules when you write them. Today, this is standard operating procedure. The largest pharmaceutical companies contribute funding to the agencies that approve their drugs. The largest financial institutions help draft the legislation that governs banking. The largest technology companies write the technical standards that define what competition even means in digital markets. They don't need to cheat. The game is designed about the people playing it. Rockefeller understood this in 1872. He didn't fight the system. He became the system. Framework 5. Philanthropic armor, how the most hated man became a saint. By 1904, Rockefeller controlled 91% of American oil refining. The public hated him. Journalists exposed his tactics. The government moved to break his company apart. In 1913, he created a foundation bearing his name. He donated the equivalent of hundreds of billions in today's terms. It funded medical research, universities, public health initiatives. He became a philanthropist. Here is the mechanism. The money in the foundation was not taxed. Control of the foundation stayed with his family. The foundation funded research that shaped which industries were considered legitimate and which weren't. The universities it funded trained the doctors, economists, and policymakers of the next generation. The man who built his empire by destroying competitors was now shaping the intellectual architecture of the civilization that would judge him. Today, every major billionaire runs this exact playbook. Large foundations reduce taxable income. They fund the institutions that train the people who write the regulations. They shape public perception. They provide access to governments. The philanthropy is real. The strategic function of the philanthropy is also real. Both can be true simultaneously. This is not conspiracy. It is documented, observable, structural. The man who takes your money publicly and gives some of it back strategically will always be more powerful than the man who simply takes your money.
4 moves. Move 1. Map the consolidation. In every industry where you spend money, identify who owns the dominant position. This is not paranoia. This is literacy. Financial literacy is not understanding interest rates. It is understanding who controls the choke points in the systems you depend on. Move 2. Stop mistaking price for competition. When prices are identical across multiple providers, you are not in a competitive market, you are in a coordinated one. Your choice is psychological, not economic. Stop optimizing within the illusion, start seeing the structure it's built on. Move 3. Position as partial owner, not pure consumer. Rockefeller's model extracts wealth upward into the ownership layer. The consumer layer always loses over time. Identify the dominant operators in the systems you participate in and, where possible, hold fractional ownership in them. You do not have to own the refinery. You can own a piece of the company that owns the refinery. This is not investment advice. It is pattern recognition. Move 4. Understand that the system rewards awareness, not outrage. The emotionally activated response to this information is anger. The strategically useful response is clarity. The system does not punish people who understand it. It punishes people who are destroyed by it unknowingly. Your awareness is the only leverage available to you inside a structure you cannot dismantle. One man in the 1870s built the operating system that runs your financial life today. The companies look different, the industries are new, the mechanisms are identical. You are not trapped because you are weak. You are trapped because the trap was engineered by the most precise business mind in recorded history, and almost no one ever showed you the blueprints. Now you've seen them. The question is not how to escape a system that has had 150 years to make escape impossible. The question is whether you are going to operate inside it unconsciously or consciously. Most men will watch this and feel informed for 48 hours, then return to default behavior. Some will watch this and never look at a price, a market, or a free offer the same way. Comment below which companies in your country have run the exact Cleveland Playbook: buy or destroy every competitor until only one remains. Name them. Let's map the architecture together. There's one more layer to this. Rockefeller's system controls your money, but there's a second system built on the same architecture that controls something more valuable than money. It controls your attention, your desire, and what you believe you need. That system was perfected much more recently, and it's running right now. If this rewired something, the next video goes deeper. Dark male code, built for the men who are done being ordinary. Subscribe if you're ready. Leave if you're not.